Look at this, YouTubers.
What the fuck?
Look at this, YouTubers. This is what I did to my leg last night. I was rounding the corner of the fireplace, and we have sort of an elevated hearth, and I caught that thing right on the corner of that elevated hearth. Fortunately, it didn't knock me down, but filled a moderate amount of a towel with some blood on that one. Well, YouTubers, it's Tuesday, August 27th, 2013, and you saw sort of how my day started. I didn't really get sleep till about 1:30 this morning. Well, combination of many things. I got beguiled into watching this new PBS series on Channel 34 here, WSU, called Silk. It's kind of a higher end, more modernized version of Rumpole. And then I got interacting with some other folks on the internet, and but largely I was trying to keep my leg up and keep the pressure on my leg and sort of stanch the bleeding. So I've been up since 6, so this isn't one of the better, more banner days, but it beats the alternative, doesn't it? So I got this. Well, I had to do a little bit of I had a bit of correspondence I had to take down to the mailbox here this morning. So I got moving along about 9 o'clock. This traffic is just brutal out here. Well, so I went over to the mailbox or the post office, and got this thing mailed off. And then I went over to Meijer, and I was looking. Actually, I was thinking ahead for winter. This is about the time these guys will get their long underwear in for winter. And essentially, all my long underwear pants are, crotchless. It's like that old great. Well, it was either on Saturday Night Live or Monty Python about crotchless panties. They sent a probe to Mars, and the first thing they found was a pair of crotchless panties. So they started chanting crotchless panties, crotchless panties. Well, that's what these long underwear pants are. So you basically have to end up wearing underwear over the underwear. You don't want your behind to get cold against your pants, your outside pants. So they didn't have that, but they did have some pork that, it wasn't the best price on it. It was $1.90 a pound, but as Steve Glock said, the orthopedic surgeon in Fort Wayne said, when there was a patient in there who was really bad off, and I thought she needed to be sort of medically treated first before we open reduced her, and fixated her fracture. He said, "She ain't gonna be any better in the morning, Joe." So I figured on that basis that the pork prices ain't gonna be any better next later in the week. So I went ahead and bought some of this pork. So got home from the post office and store run, and of course immediately got into the email, and You all will recall a few days back I mentioned having to renew my Indiana medical license online, and had to send them some materials by email, and they didn't like the first pass attempt. They said they couldn't open it, so I tried some other things, and I thought surely they'd be able to open it. Heck, what I did is I just set it out on the table and photographed it and sent them in as individual photographic attachments like you would for you know, if you'd send a picture to a friend. Well, it was clear that I was kind of interrupted there in the flow of my narrative. I'll get back to that anon, but as I said, these people couldn't open up these pictures like you'd send. Like, these are JPEG pictures. Well, no, actually, yes, they are. They're JPEG pictures that, you know, you take on this Canon. I took them with this very same Canon I'm using to shoot this video right now. And okay, so they say they can't open it. Fine, you know. Well, you send us hard copies of them. Fine. So I had to horse around and print this stuff up, and just for the heck of it, I also printed up the emails that had the attachments visible in them that I opened out of my hard drive, which I had sent to me as a copy. So I mean, I had sent this stuff to myself, and it opened up. You know, it came in plain things. So I don't know what sort of system these guys over there in Indiana are running, but so I'll have to make another mailbox post office run tomorrow. Meanwhile, the interruption was one of my favorite people up at church, she's about 72, 73, 72. Oh, get off my head. And she called, and I thought she was going to ask me, you know, she had details about these funerals and so forth, but she didn't. She apparently just called just to shoot the breeze. So we shot the breeze for about, you know, better part of 45 minutes. Now it seems that, well, you know, we talked about her. She's going to do flower arranging for the church. Okay, fine. And am I coming to Bible study tomorrow? No. Why? Well, I've discussed this with her 3 times, but she always wants to know why again. So I went through that again, and then she told this wonderful story of that on Monday or Tuesday of each week, and I guess they did a day early, maybe this week they did on Monday rather than Tuesday. She and a friend go out and capture these feral cats. You know, they drive around Delaware and capture these feral cats. Now, you know, these aren't like, you know, they have no official affiliation with, you know, the pound or the this or the that. They just go out and capture these cats. And so today they drove them up to Mount Vernon, or yesterday they drove them up to Mount Vernon and dropped them off at the animal shelter, you know. And I guess their plan of attack for next week is to drop them off up at Marion. And I said they ought to make a one of these cable TV animal shows about them and call it cat capture, you know. And just think of all the fun that these guys could have with cat capture. So on that note here, YouTubers, I'm going to sign off here, and there it is. So bye-bye. Look at all those wonderful yellow flowers down there. Here, look, see? Here, I'm going to zoom you down there because that's one of those gold Oh, well, it's not goldenrod just yet. That's later in September. This is some sort of, these are actual little tiny flowers.
Oh, I thought it was golden.
No, it's no goldenrod is about 3 weeks from now. But look at these little guys here. Sorry about bumping you around. There you go. Now you get to see a better shot of it. Aren't they pretty? The whole creek bank's like that. It's really neat as anything. Alrighty now. Bye-bye.